Okay, this is a video on how to operate the Shimano STEPS motor and shifting system on the ICE Trike. The first thing to remember is when turning on the control panel and the system, this is the power on button in the middle. It's important not to be putting any pressure on the pedals when turning it on. So either fully relax your legs if they're already connected to the pedals, or if possible, take your feet off the pedals completely. Press and hold the button and the system will turn on. Once the system is turned on, you'll notice that the top line here says off and the line below that says auto. The top line indicates how much power assist you'll be receiving. There are 4 modes, and they're controlled by the top row of buttons here. The 4 modes are off, eco, which will get you the most range, use the least battery, but give you the least amount of assistance. Normal, which will give you a little less range and a little more assistance. And high, which will give you the most assistance, but the least range. You see when I switch the modes, that on the bottom row, it shows you the range. And you'll see that the range changes as we switch from off to eco, to normal, to high. Again, you control the power with the top row. The button on the right moves it upwards. The button on the left moves it down through the gears, through the power assist. So that's the power assist mode. The next line down here indicates your gear shifting. The bike is currently in auto shift, which means that the bike will change gears for you based on your pedaling. It's set up so that every time you stop, it moves to first gear and then will move up progressively. When it's in this mode, you don't have to do anything to change gears, but if you want, with the second row of buttons down here, you can override the automatic shifting. So pushing the button in the middle will move the shifting up, and pressing the button on the far left will move the shifting down. Wherever you shifted to in the override mode, when you stop shifting, it'll go back to shifting automatically. If you want to have total control of your shifting, you press on the bottom row, you press the 2 arrow buttons at the same time. When you do that, the screen will shift from auto to manual. When you press it again, if you look, it'll shift back to auto. Hold the 2 buttons at the same time, shifts to manual. When it's in manual, the 2 arrow buttons shift your gears up and down manually. So that's how you do your shifting. The lower your number, the easier it is to pedal for going up a steep hill. The higher the number, the faster the bike goes for pedaling on the flats. The 2 buttons on the right do the same thing, and both of them control the bottom row, the very bottom row, which simply shows you what you're displaying. So the button on the right, when you push that, it shows your range in the various gears, shows the time, your average speed, your maximum speed, your cadence, which is how fast you're pedaling, the distance you've ridden on this ride, the odometer, which is your total distance, and again, back to your range. This button on the right does the exact same thing. So those 2 buttons do the same things. They're interchangeable. This button on the left on your screen, which you don't really need, also does the same thing. So those 3 buttons are actually all the same. When you're done riding, the bike will turn off by itself after 5 minutes, or you can power it off by holding the button.